Hello and welcome to Easy Gluten Free. Today, I'll be showing our friends at FaveDiets.com how to make a pizza margherita, or at least my gluten-free version of the original invented in 1889 by Chef Raffaele Esposito to honor Queen Margherita. The tomatoes, mozzarella, and basil were meant to represent the colors of the Italian flag. Okay, enough with the history lesson, let's get started with the pizza. Preheat the oven to 425 degrees. Now for the crust we'll need 1 1/3 cup of gluten-free all-purpose flour, 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/2 a teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 11 ounces of Greek yogurt. Today I use the fat-free variety. Then we'll be topping it with around 1 cup of tomato sauce. Make sure it has a thick consistency. About 1/4 cup of grated pecorino romano or Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. About a 1/2 pound of mozzarella. Today I'm using bocconcini. A few tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. A sprinkle of red pepper flakes. Some dried thyme or oregano, and a small bunch of fresh basil leaves. First I prepared my pizza pan so that when the crust dough was finished I could just dump it right onto the pan. I rubbed about a tablespoon of olive oil over the surface and sprayed it lightly with non-stick spray to ensure I'd have full coverage without too much oil. Alright, now to make the crust, combine the flour, baking powder, baking soda, and salt in a medium bowl. Stir it all together with a wire whisk to make sure everything is well combined. Now add the yogurt and begin to mix. I started out with a rubber spatula, but found the mixture a bit too stiff, so I moved on to combining it with my hand. When the ingredients were mixed well, I just scraped the whole pile of sticky dough onto the center of the pizza pan. Then I went to wash my hands. I added a few drops of olive oil to my hands before patting out the dough. Now if you want to, you could use the back of a spoon to help you push the edges into place. Once I had it patted out pretty thinly, I laid a piece of waxed paper on top and used a rolled up piece of paper towel to further smooth it out and get it even thinner. After peeling up the paper, the crust was ready to top. First I drizzled on about a tablespoon of olive oil and spread it around a little. Then I added some red pepper flakes, a little chopped fresh basil, and a sprinkle of dried thyme. I spooned on the sauce, moved it around a little with the back of my spoon, sprinkled over the grated cheese, then I halved the bocconcini and evenly scattered them across the pizza. You could use larger mozzarella slices or even the grated variety if you want. Now I baked this at 425 for 20 minutes to get a deep golden brown crust. Now if you prefer a lighter crust, start checking it at around 15 minutes. Once the pizza came out of the oven, I let it cool down for a few minutes before removing it from the pan. What you'll want to do is slide a spatula under the pizza in various locations to ensure that it doesn't have any sticking points. Then you can just lift up a corner of the pie and slide under a wooden cutting board or a pizza peel to remove it from the pan. Now just sprinkle it with more fresh basil, cut it up, and it's ready to serve. It really came out great. The crust was thin and crispy, but it had a nice amount of chewiness to it as well. Remember, if you want to see the recipe in print, you could always visit my blog. And for more healthy recipes and tips for virtually any diet, visit my friends at FaveDiets.com. See you again soon.